The foul is ahead of the offensive player.
That's an interesting.
So he's ahead of him there, but the foul isn't committed until he's in front of him.
How's it a clear path when you're under the basket?
Yeah.
There's not a path to the basket.
It's all a matter of is the defender in front of the offensive player.
That's just a different one that I've ever seen. Normally clear path fouls take place a little bit out on the floor and not right under the basket. That looked like a play where Jalen Brunson was just trying to, wrap him up and make him earn the free throws.
Yeah, it's not even a free throw because he fouled him before he was in any kind of upward motion. It should be a side out.
After reviewing the play, the common foul that was called stands as called.
So that's what it is, and they're going to take it side out. See, now we had the benefit of the replay.
Yeah.
They had to call it live, so yeah, worth the check, I suppose. Brunson, meanwhile, bad turnover in his fourth foul. Next lead is 4.
That turns out to be a good foul, though. Anunoby had a dunk or a couple free throws, and Brunson was able to keep that as an underneath out of bounds foul. And now the Raptors going to have to try to score against the Knicks and deep.
Anunoby, Siakam, Schroeder, Hurdle, and Barnes. The starting 5 out there for Toronto. Siakam looking for some space. Hart knocks it away. Comes up with a steal. And then it's either a kick or a loose ball foul on Siakam after the steal. It's going to be Nick Ball regardless. I think they looked like Mitchell Irvin called a foul.
Well, let's just look at this defense, just relentless. Hartenstein actually got the first hand on the ball, and Siakam tripped him, no question.
It has to be. Loose ball foul. They're not in the penalty yet. All right. It's the Bill Kennedy hour here in Madison Square Garden. Is it a flagrant foul because of the trip, which you have to look at it again, or was his leg just flailing? All right, here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, the veteran official, now in his 26th year, Bill Kennedy.
The previous play is being reviewed for a possible flagrant foul.
There you go.
Yeah, this was a crazy one. Josh Hart fighting over the screen. Isaiah Hartenstein gets that little deflection there, loose ball. You know Josh Hart's going to come up with that one. But then he got his legs completely swiped out from under him. I don't know if there's enough to be a flagrant foul. You got to see the Siakam. Ooh, he might do a little bit intention.
There seems to be
angle.
Let's see, Rush. Oh, see, that looks like he stuck his that angle looks like he.
It definitely looks like he extended it a little bit more than where the foot was when he lost the ball.
So Siakam would be his third foul. This is what the officials are looking at right now. They also have to see who has possession. But I thought the leg kicked out a little bit that time.
No question.
By the way, it's Siakam's fourth foul, my mistake.
After reviewing the play, the common foul that was called for the loose ball foul stands as called.
Put a little acting into it as well. He's getting a lot of airtime.
He is.
You know what? Quite frankly, he does such a great job of explaining it in a simple, concise way.
And I like how quickly they're able to turn over these reviews. Sometimes reviews take too long, affects the pace and rhythm of the game, especially if you're a player. But they've done a good job with multiple reviews and doing them quickly.
Although I thought that could have been a flagrant. It appeared to me that Siakam kind of flipped that leg out after Hart was past him. Either way, just a terrific play from Isaiah Hartenstein. We still have a long way to go. 5:11 to play here in this fourth quarter. Hartenstein didn't start. Most likely will finish with no Mitchell Robinson. Ankle surgery going to happen. He's going to be out 8 weeks. Hartenstein inside, throws it down. Barnes was right in his face. face. Hartenstein thought he was fouled. Knicks go up by 6. Barnes to drive, pass inside to Pirtle. Pirtle misses. And a late whistle and a foul. Knicks have a right to be annoyed there because it appeared Hartenstein was fouled at one end. Pirtle seemed to be fouled at this end. Let's see the dunks.
You got to go up strong in the NBA if you want to finish. How about Isaiah Hartenstein? A lot of body contact there.
His left hand is grabbing Hartenstein.
Holding him down, no question. And I think they got the call right on Jakob Poeltl on that last play. I thought even though the whistle came late, there was a little bit of contact by Julius Randle there all over the place.
They both should have been fouls. Poeltl, who's a terrific free throw shooter, knocks 2 down. 2 very important free throws. It's a 4-point game. Knicks, by the way, season high 31 assists tonight. Led by Josh Hart, 7. Brunson with 6. Brunson looking to use the pick and roll with Hartenstein. 8 on the 24. Drives on Schroeder. Spins. Falling away. Foul line. Jumper is good. Jalen Brunson, a big bucket. He's got 21.
Jalen Brunson time. Here we go. Under 5 minutes. One of the most clutch players in the NBA. Starting to do his thing.
Schroeder to drive. Little off balance. Pirtle back up top. Hart trying to stay in front of him. Beautiful move from Pascal Siakam. Back and forth they go. Under the 4-minute mark. Brunson likes to use Hartenstein for the pick here. Falls down. Randle gets it back. Shot clock winding down. Randle's got to get it off. Kicks it out. Grimes just gets it off in time. Grimes, a three-pointer as the shot clock expires. It looked like the Knicks were not going to get it off in time. 19 for Grimes, a season high. Siakam inside the Pirtle and a foul. Knicks in a penalty.
What a play. Julius Randle, the recognition to know how much time is left on the shot clock, surrounded by 3 guys, and Grimes has one of his quickest releases in the league, and he needed it to get that one up before the shot clock expired.
You saw as the ball was in the air, 0-0 on the clock. It's because Grimes has that quick release. That one counted. Siakam hits the free throw. Look at Quentin Grimes. I would say he's enjoying his role on the bench. And he's coming off the bench.
And he's finishing the game here. Just because you don't start, that doesn't mean anything. It's all about who finishes in crunch time. Grimes is getting these big minutes.
Grimes at 26 minutes. Again, no Emmanuel quickly tonight, so some extra minutes from some of the bench players. Brunson. Anunoby picks him up. Brunson flips it out to Hart. Hart, extra pass. Grimes back to Brunson. Shot clock at 4. Hart puts it up. Puts it in. Josh Hart drills the 3. And the Knicks up by 8 with under 3 to play. Big 3-pointers for the Knicks. Schroeder gets inside, flips it up. That won't go. Hart rips down the rebound. And Brunson brings it up in the front court. Hart the drive. Hart the finish. Timeout Toronto. Largest lead of the game for the Knicks. What a burst. Grimes and Hart getting it done off the bench.
He is fun to watch. Does everything to help your team win. Nothing but net. Outstanding possession for the Knicks. Ball moved all over the place. And then boy can he finish in transition. Loves to show the strength. Josh Hart playing with passion and heart.
Feeling from a backed up gut? Miralax works naturally with the water in your body to help you go. Free your gut and your mood will follow. For 8 grams of fiber, try new Fiber Gummies. Whether you celebrate mistletoe magic in a Cadillac XT5
festive gatherings in a Cadillac XT4. Or reinventing traditions in a Cadillac XT6. This holiday season, Cadillac is celebrating you.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $2,000 purchase allowance on a 2024 XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
No one sees the world quite like an airline, but the world we see below us is changing fast. That's why Delta is committed to net zero carbon emissions by 2050. It's why we're getting rid of 4.9 million pounds of single-use plastics annually. And it's why we're accelerating our push to source sustainable aviation fuel, because we know a thing or two about getting where we need to be, and it's time we all got going together.
We talking about cash back. Not a game. Not a game. We talking about cash backing.
We're not talking about practice.
No. We talking about cash backing.
We talking about cash back. We talking about cash back.
Not a game.
We've been talking about practice for too long. Word.
No practice. We talking about cash
We
backing.
talking about cash back.
I mean, we're not talking about a game. Cash back like a pro. With Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets when your first $5 money line bet wins. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now and start making every moment more.
Knicks now with a 10-point lead. And Knicks fans, start your holiday shopping with your holiday gift guide. Scan the QR code, hit the Knicks.com/gift guide to shop. Start shopping for the Knicks and in your life. Right now, the Knicks fans here, very lively, 2.5 to play, lead up to 10. Barnes. Anunoby chased off by Hart, goes inside and Hartenstein flips it up and in. That's a difficult shot. Wow.
That's good defense, making it a difficult shot by Isaiah Hartenstein.
Julius Randle brings it across the timeline. Schroeder trying to, and they call an offensive foul on Brunson. Boy, Schroeder sold that one. 5 fouls on Brunson. He's not happy with the call. A heads-up play from Schroeder. Get a chance, we'll show it to you. Makes his move, gets inside, scoop lamp is good. 2 quick buckets. And just like that, the 10-point lead's cut to 6. Cruz can be a real hawk defensively. Brunson makes his drive. Lost the ball again. Siakam picks it up. Here comes Siakam. Back to Barnes. Barnes stops, pass inside, throw it away. Randle right there. Back-to-back turnovers. Eight on the 24. Randle wants a clear out. Drives on Schroeder. Randle backs in. He's double teamed. Randle's got to put it up. Just gets it off in time. Puts it in. Oh, here's Randle this time. He knocks down the shot with the clock expiring. 33 for Randle. Siakam drives, hesitates, layup, missed it. Barnes couldn't grab it. Barrett does. Brunson now in the front court, 8-point lead with a minute to play. Some anxious moments here, Wally.
And I like that last play. It was a Brunson-Randle pick and roll, got the switch, and Randle took care of business.
Here comes a double team. Pass inside to Hart. Hart, shot won't go. Fight for the rebound. Achua comes away. Achua kicks it out in the corner. Anunoby drills the 3. Another one from downtown. And with 38 seconds to go, it's a 5-point game. Dangerous pass, nearly stolen. Hart inside to Barrett. Barrett lays it up and in. Season high for Barrett tonight with 27. Knicks up 7. That was a big bucket right there. And Schroeder once again falls to the floor. He's done a great job of making sure the officials know there's some contact. The Audi Knicks postgame coming up. We'll hear from Tom Thibodeau. Again, he gave the news earlier today about Mitchell Robinson. and the ankle surgery. The daunting schedule ahead. Such an important game for the Knicks tonight. We've got some huge performances from some of the starters. Two key players off the bench, Grimes and Hart. Schroeder hits the first, but this one's not over yet. He hits two here. It's a 5-point game. They still have a timeout remaining. Knicks have two.
Yeah, and that foul is costly. You allow a team to score with the clock stopped. You have a 7-point lead. Knicks have to be careful with this amen pass.
Schroeder, a 2010 game. Brunson throws it ahead. Hartenstein all alone. Throws it down. And it's back up to 7. Brunson did a good job throwing up ahead. I want to thank all of our viewers for your generosity once again. You're just amazing in what you do for the Garden of Dreams Foundation. As a whistle on a foul is called with 15.9 remaining. A wild fourth quarter. Knicks led by just one going into the fourth. Got some huge plays once again from Josh Hart.
Challenge time. That's a good challenge. Might as well use it. Isaiah Hartenstein, like you mentioned in previous broadcasts, he is maybe the league leader in asking for challenges, so he gets his requests.
Brunson and Kennedy discussing a couple of things. Brunson was upset with that last offensive foul call. So we're going to hear from Kennedy once again. Normally the referees are in a supporting role. He's in a leading role. Of the best athlete.
The previous play is being challenged by the head coach of New York.
All right, this is the play they're challenging.
This is going to be an interesting angle to take a look from up here. It looked like Isaiah Hartenstein was straight up. Now, did he get arm contact? Maybe, but he's entitled to verticality. He's entitled to having his arm straight up. But did he reach over a little bit? I think that's where the refs might get him. The fact that he kind of just tilted his arm over.
Yes. Yeah, he hit him on the arm. Yep.
Yes.
That's a good call there, Wally. So you look at the Knicks tonight. Randall 33, Barrett season high 27. Here's Billy Kennedy again.
After reviewing the play, the foul that was called stands is called.
Thank you. 21 for Brunson, but 3 players off the bench in double figures. 19 for Grimes, a season high. How about Josh Hart? 16 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. And the Knicks with a season high in assists, and only the 3rd time since '96. That's 27 years they've had 36 assists or more. The Raptors had a 44 assist game this year.
Wow. They play fast, the Raptors. So you're going to have a lot of possessions in a basketball game, but this has been an entertaining game to watch. Josh Hart, the way he plays when he gets the ball in his hands, it is fun to watch how much he creates for this team.
So this next one would make it a 6-point game. They're hitting their free throws here in the fourth. And there's the foul. Well, the Raptors, because they have a timeout remaining, if the Knicks miss free throws, it opens the door. They hit these 2 free throws, and that would basically do it. Brunson, 21 points, 9 assists, had some very uncharacteristic turnovers. By the way, that was they had a foul to give. So
Brunson's only taken 12 shots. He's noticed that Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett having monster performances, so he has saved his aggressiveness for this fourth quarter.
6 Knicks in double figures. And talk it over. We'll talk it over before the Knicks inbound.
Wanna leave works all day, so I can keep working my magic. Just wanna leave. 12 hours of uninterrupted pain relief. Aleve, who do you take it for? And for fast top for pain relief, try Aleve-X. Is it possible to be more capable and more practical? Be able to perform here and here. Make a statement while barely making a sound. And command the road, as well as what lies ahead. How we get there matters.
Well, one of Tom Thibodeau's favorite players, Mitchell Robinson's going to be out for perhaps a couple of months, but his team has fought hard without Robinson for the first time this season. And now with a chance to put away the Raptors on a very important home game. DiVincenzo back into inbound. Some shenanigans going on here, Wally.
Yep, some mind games. Precious Achiuwa trying to.
Ooh, Josh Hart's got to be careful. Achiuwa, and last thing you want to do is get called for a technical foul here and give the Raptors any chance. They still again have that timeout left. Knicks meanwhile now are out of timeouts. So they've got to get the ball in. Randall gets free, holds on to it, and draws the foul. Chance to add to his point total. Randall, of course, had 41 a couple of nights ago. Now 33.
Yeah, Josh Hart's already hot. He's like, don't touch me, don't touch me.
You don't know my address now. Moving on to something right. Not too sorry you left out. The key under my mat ain't for you. No, you stressed out. But who done took your place? In my sheets in my bed. How could I do you like this, girl? Don't you get a flip? You can tell it how you want, but I'ma tell it how it is. And I don't mean to talk my shit, but you the one who called it quits when you were lying on your back and hid the truth between your hips. Baby, I know what you want, but it ain't gonna come from me, don't.
If they want to spread the floor, you got to have two guys in the backcourt in both corners. That way you have three guys with more room to operate as far as ball handling.
Hawks are out of timeouts. Murray. And now Jokic. No shot. There is a foul on a Cogwood.
Reasons that you lost me, driving me insane. I can't seem to find my car keys. Smoke up in my lungs, been telling me to blow you off. Baby, I know what you want, but it ain't gonna come from me. Don't hit me up at 3 a.m. again when he won't make you feel the way I do. Go check your ego. You've been fucking on the low, and baby, I know what you want, but it ain't gonna come from me. Don't hit me up at 3 a.m. again when he won't make you feel the way I do. Go check your ego. Check your ego.
Yeah, smoking on this now. Time is out that window. They fucking with us now. My wiki got no info. Big smoke, real growth. Mom hates my tattoos. Ask God why it's always a good one to get bad news. Got karma, a good one. Coming around the corner. I'm like MJ going 23 from that 4-5 last quarter. Northside bitch. Say the pleasantries, bout to have these record labels on our knees. Overseas we be. Will I ever sell out shows? Will I ever sign a deal? Will I ever take a fucking break? No. Everybody hate me hoping I choke. Everybody hate me hoping I choke.
Yeah, they wanna see me fail. Yeah, they wanna see me choke. Might even wanna see me dead. See me lose all of my hope. Hey, we been getting high just to balance out the lows. Nowadays, staying happy, it's a challenge, yeah, for sure. I just hope that I'm forgiven for the mistakes in my past.
Ties it at 105.
Patrick Williams has really been in the rhythm as of late, coming off a 20-point game versus San Antonio. 8 for 11 from the field. You've really seen that carry over. He seems comfortable and empowered with some of the guys out for Chicago.
Dame steps it back and short. In the next one with Ty him for 5th all-time with 3-pointers made. Giannis with his 9th rebound. Brings it across the timeline. That's a mismatch. Brook Lopez, a blocking foul against Torrey Craig. he just blew past Kobe White.
A little bit of A little bit of contact on the perimeter, but just taking his time. And you can tell the spacing wasn't great, but Brook trying to make the most of it. And Kobe trying to sell it a little bit.
That's not quite a mouse in the house, but...
No, not quite, but Giannis was right there. He's not sure if he's going to get the pass. Too close. Just run him over a little bit, see if I can get the free throws.
Mouse behind the three-pointer, if that exists. How many times, though, you see a 7-footer driving past their point guard on the opposing team?
It's all about the game plan. What are you taking away?
The Bulls call a timeout. So the Bucks now with 2 timeouts remaining, and the Bulls with 2 timeouts remaining. And this is the 3rd meeting of this regular season series. The Bucks won on November 13th, 118-109, and it dropped one in overtime to the Bulls in Chicago, 120-113. And the next time that we'll see the Bulls won't be until March. So certainly, we talked. Does that exist? Playing with a little bit of your chip on your shoulder because of the way the game ended in Chicago. I asked, does that exist? Because there's so many games in the NBA, and you know there's so much season left to play. Is there a little bit of fire to try to get a little bit of revenge against your rival here tonight?
You know, I think no question. When you're a team like Milwaukee, I think you've just heard these guys in post-game press conferences talk about, yes, it's something that I circled on the calendar because of the way that game ended. And the fact that Chicago game, look, it seemed like a game that Milwaukee truthfully was going to lose late in that game. Kobe White had hit a 3 on November 30th with 1:30 left. They were up 7 points. So then it was really just heroics by Milwaukee. They went on a 10-0 run to go up by 3.
Right. Brook and Malik were huge in that 4th quarter. This guy hit that shot to send it to overtime. Alex Caruso sitting out with an injury here tonight, along with Zach LaVine that you also saw on the sideline. So we got another clutch game situation. It's inside 5 minutes with the deficit 5 or fewer points. The Bucks are 9-4 in clutch games here this year.
And the part I think is really relevant at this stage of the game, and this game specifically, is coming off that loss to Indiana where they came out of the locker room talking about, we want to be better, we want to execute better, be more organized in those kind of moments. This is one of those kind of moments, just a game later.
In and out for DeMar. An opportunity now for the Bucks. Up a bucket. Giannis saw something against Patrick Williams. It'll stay here. 16 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, Patrick Williams obviously never easy to guard Giannis in transition one-on-one, but does a great job. Puts his big body on. He's got that wingspan.
Chris, it looked like he was looking to give it back to Dame, who was the inbounder. Chris now in trouble, getting swarmed by Bulls defenders. Looks it off to Brook. Now 3 here to shoot. Brook, the alley-oop to Giannis. Hey, whatever works.
Whatever works. And it worked hard on that one. Chris did a good job just not turning that one over. And thought you had Brook for a 3 in the corner, but good close up by Chicago. And like you joke, but are serious. Brook putting the ball on the floor and making guard-like plays right there.
109-105. Kobe White determined, and now a 30-point game. Zach LaVine's reaction. It's interesting here with 3.5 to play.
And I'm not sure how he got that one to go all the way to the right side. Enough English, it seemed to almost spin directly down into the basket off the glass.
Dame off the screen for Brook. That quick crossover, he fades it back, he leaves it short. Dame is 2 of 14 here tonight. Both his buckets are 3-pointers. Offensive foul call, drawn by Chris.
You can tell DeMar thought he had a gap right there because Beasley didn't match up in transition, but thought he might have an easy one. Instead, Chris is doing a good job of stepping over, taking that charge, and end up going the other way.
3 personal fouls on DeMar. Dame brings it across. 3 minutes left to play. To Giannis. Quick spin. He'll take it in. Body bucket and one. Giannis, the Greek freak, is taking over.
And the thing that got him that bucket was not because Patrick Williams didn't know where he was going. Watch how he catches, and it's a quick move. Once he takes it like that, the defense does not have time to react. Beautiful job by Giannis with that left hand. Nice little flip touch. Look at that mean mug.
He knows where the cameras are.
Can't get attacked, and you can't get ejected for looking at the cameras.
I don't think you can.
It has happened, but not to the cameras.
Not to the
for Giannis.
No. Where the basket stands.
Play it safe.
Torrey Craig has 5 personal fouls. Craig and Patrick Williams are getting eaten up in the last few possessions by Giannis. Cross-court pass to Patrick Williams. Brooks takes it back. 2 blocks for Brook Lopez. Kobe somehow stays with it. Boy, big 3 after big 3 for him. 6 of them tonight.
Boy, that's one of those possessions where Chris did a good job staying down. Brook came over, did his job, got the block, and Malik thought he had the steal. You can't even fault him, but Kobe coming through with a big shot.
33 points now for Kobe White. Spins away. Giannis misses everything.
About this Chicago matchup. Should he keep it exciting? Look at that block back there. Put over and watch Malik. He thinks he can get a hand on it. Man, it looked close right there. Kobe knew. Got to get it up.
DeMar in the paint. That was the tie. Key rebound by Chris Middleton. Here come the Bucks, up by 2. Cash Money, right in his wheelhouse, looks it off to Dane in 2-point territory. Gets it knocked away. Giannis with the finish. Giannis with 12 fourth-quarter points tonight.
And sometimes you're not sure how it ended up in your hands on that one. Looked like it got deflected, but right spot at the right time for Giannis.
A rare miss for Kobe White. And a loose ball foul. On the Bulls. Vucevic's 3rd. We head back to that offensive possession. It was knocked away, but Giannis in the right place at the right time.
And maybe could have been called a foul, but probably better to decline the penalty and take the bucket right there. Williams getting a slap on it, but if it ends up in Giannis' hands, you'll take that.
I love that. Decline the penalty, take the bucket.
We'll take the easy layup. We don't need it out on the side.
Giannis at the free throw line. 24 points, 10 rebounds. So he's scoring by quarter. This is by far the most productive scoring-wise quarter that he's had here tonight. 4 assists off of a possible another triple-double, though it'll be challenging with 94 seconds left to play in regulation.
That kind of stat line, seeing the way that the game has gone, when he was quiet, scoring early. The team was not quiet. 37 points in each the first and the second quarter, and so I think it just speaks to his greatness. I play with a lot of guys that said, get me to the fourth quarter and I'll close, and that's what we're seeing from him.
A great point. You pointed out early that he had only taken like 2 field goal attempts, 3 field goal attempts. There was a point deep in the half of the first half where he had more free throw attempts than field goal attempts. Giannis now has the last 8 points for the Bucks. Dame now bumps DeMar. His second.
Dame coming up hobbling. Let's see what happened. He's holding that knee. Might have got banged knee down there.
DeMar DeRozan at the free throw line. Going off of a 30-point game for him. Let's see if it's knee to knee.
Dame just trying to slide. Oh. Another knee right there. That's the foul. DeMar at the line. He shot 24 free throws in the previous 2 games combined. Continues to find himself there.
31 points for DeMar. 33 points for Kobe White. 64 of the 112 points for the Bulls for those 2 players. Here's Dame. Minute 20 left to play. Chris comes to get it. Off on the wing. Giannis cuts towards it. Receives the pass and a reach-in foul to stop the clock at 1:11. And the Bulls are in the bonus. That's the 4th on Patrick Williams.
Yeah, and you can sense Chicago frustrated that those fouls are getting called because they're playing physical, they're taking some chances. They're certainly keeping the game within reach, and if the Bulls hadn't hit a regulation three-pointer to force overtime the last time these two teams matched up, you wouldn't be quite so nervous right now, but they've shown they can come up with some big plays.
Key free throws here for Giannis. Remember, he had that key block in Chicago and then knocked down 2 free throws to put the Bucks up by 3 before Caruso tied it. And he's 11 of 14 from the free throw line and has the last 10 points for the Bucks. 5-point lead for the Bucks. Brook pulls at the door on Craig. Look at Dame coming out. Closing out on DeMar. Dame trying to shut down DeMar as Giannis comes over. The flash from Patrick Williams.
Those are the possessions, closing games. When a shot goes up, everybody's got to crack. You got to be able to come up with that board. That's what Chicago has been doing. Second chance points. An effort place, been winning them games.
One of the best offensive rebounding teams in the last 4 games during this 4-game win streak. Seconds left, Giannis. And a moving screen against Brook Lopez, an offensive foul call. His second gives the ball back to the Bulls.
And obviously that is exactly the play that Milwaukee had drawn up. To try to get Giannis some runway. Brook's going to step up, set the screen. It's his own man who is supposed to be screening. It's pretty good.
Chris, a late foul call. Challenging that shot. And Adrian Griffin immediately looking at the bench. Timeout's going to be called. He's going to challenge this. Adrian Griffin had 2 timeouts to use. He'll use one of them here.
It looked like a lot of contact, but it looked like a lot of ball. It will be interesting. The intricacies of the rule once you hit the ball. The hand is a part of it, and you can follow through. And it looked like Chris got a lot of ball on that. See here, Chris with the left hand. Ooh, that's a
clean block.
That's all ball. It looks like he follows through, but it almost looks like it's a lot of contact because he hits the ball into DeMar's head. I think that's a heck of a defensive play, especially sliding your feet knowing he's about to try to draw contact. One chance you got.
And I'll say that really the last 2 possessions have been really good defensively against DeMar DeRozan. This play included, obviously with Chris, but remember the play before that actually resulted in that Patrick Williams tip dunk, but tight defense by Dame on DeMar DeRozan with Giannis coming over with help coverage, and they made it tough for DeMar.
And those are the efforts that are going to win or lose you games. I think you realize that conversation coming out of the locker room in Indiana is about the last few minutes of games, is about those last few possessions. Did you hustle back to get the rebound? Did you slide your feet to get a stop? And on this one, I think Chris realizing, look, he's pretty much on his own. He's got to...
You know, it's the body too, right? That body, so it's a clean block in our opinion. I think we agree about that, but did Chris have too much body? Was he in a legal guarding position with this contact here, right there?
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, because he's retreating, not coming into DeMar, I feel like he's in a legal guarding position. You see DeMar kind of create the contact. I would certainly think any contact made right there would be
if that's what's taking them so long and that's what they're looking at. I don't know, Steve. I mean, I'd hate to say it. I kind of feel like Chris has got to be more in front of him for them to say that he's in legal guardian position. But that might be what they're looking at here. Again, Kevin Scott is your crew chief. He's taking the headset off. He's made it, looks like it's close to a decision.
After review, the challenge is unsuccessful. The call on the floor stands as a defensive foul. The defender never established a legal guarding position in a straight line path of the offensive player committed illegal body contact prior to the flight down and deflected the basketball. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and the game clock will be reset to 31.5, and Milwaukee will lose a timeout.
Okay, so the Bucks will have 1 timeout left. The Bulls are sitting on still 2 timeouts. Even with these 2 free throws, the Bucks would have a 1-point advantage. But, you know, they're going back and looking at that replay, and all things considered on that defensive possession.
And it really is what makes DeMar so special. You know, he is to this team exactly what Giannis and Dame are to the Bucks. They put the ball in his hands. He creates advantages, especially in the mid-range in the ISO, like he did.
Pressure free throws for DeRozan, who's an 80% free throw shooter coming into tonight. He's missed a couple at the free throw line. 32 points on the evening, 7 of 9 going into this shot from the free throw line. 33 points and ties a season high for DeMar DeRozan. Shot clock still in play. Here comes Dame, working left side behind the back. Gets tripped up, still has possession. They're going to call the timeout. That'll be the Bucks' last timeout to save the possession.
And that is definitely premature. He did not want to use that timeout, but absolutely had no choice. You see Dame about to get a travel or a turnover, you'd rather save the possession. And so not where Coach Griffin wanted to use it, but certainly the right play when you see Dame fall like that. And looked like Dame was about to be able to turn that corner with the right, but
he did, you know what? Dame did a great job not sliding or moving and just staying in one spot to corral and recover that basketball. Because otherwise, that's a travel.
And fortunately for Milwaukee, they didn't call that a travel, because obviously in those situations, you never know which way the ref's going to go, and you can call it travel if you're sliding on your butt a little bit. But to your point, Lisa, coming up with it, holding on to it, not just throwing it away. And Coach Griffin, you see him in the corner of the screen.
Not even giving the officials time to even think about it. Don't you dare call that a travel.
Yeah, holding that timeout for wherever this game heads in this last 20 seconds, but had no choice.
And this is what's fascinating to me. There's 4 ties, but not once have the Bulls led here tonight. And the Bucks protecting that 1-point edge. Largest lead was 14 at one point in the first half. Chris and Giannis, Brooke, Malik, and Dame. Chris will take it off from the sideline. Dame coming towards him, gives it to Giannis. Inside 20 seconds left to play. The handoff to Chris. The Bucks with a 1-point edge. Chris over to Dame. Pump fake. Draws the foul against Kyle. It won't count. The foul committed before he gathered his shot. And the Bulls still are in the bonus, so Dame will still have a couple of free throws, and that's the 4th personal on DeRozan.
Well, this is just one of the things that makes him so good in these situations. If there's contact, if there's a guy going to the line, he's making free throws. And although that shot doesn't count, it was incredible. Just tells you a little bit about him, the fact that he's even able to get that to go.
Exactly. Oh, make it interesting for us, Dame.
Never even a doubt.
He gets extra points for that, right?
Oh, my goodness.
As many times he touches the rim.
It's the best miss I've ever seen.
It's the best make you've ever seen.
Oh, make, yes.
Squeezes out. Bucks come up with it. Can the Bucks come up with it? It'll be Bulls basketball. They call it timeout. They've got 1 timeout remaining.
There's been no shortage of drama in these Chicago-Milwaukee matchups, and even the fact that Dame can somehow miss a free throw at the end right there, as good a free throw as he is, it just adds to the drama of this matchup and the crazy things that happen.
Giannis almost came up with it. Let's see. And then, oh, you see Kobe White, wow, falling out of bounds, just able to call the timeout.
Look like you're saying, Giannis almost had that one just through his hand, but they're leaving it on the line. Diving out of bounds. Kobe falling out of bounds, calling timeout. Getting lucky, just like Dame was, to not get that travel call. Chicago fortunate to get that timeout.
I'll say in the last 11 days between November 30th and tonight, boy, these two games have been exciting and dramatic down the stretch. But the Bucks got a D up, right? And the two main scorers here tonight have been White and DeRozan. Your perimeter defenders right now, if the Bucks don't switch, you got Dame Lillard, you got Chris, you got Malik. What do you think? Do you switch 1 through 5? How do you contest these two primary scorers here for the Bulls?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Vucevic has been a heck of a facilitator at times. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go through him and then allow a ton of movement from those guards. Keep an eye on Kobe, and like you said, obviously DeMar.
Kobe gives it out to DeMar, defended by Chris. Goes right side, floats it, and ties it at 118. The Bucks don't have any timeouts left. Final few seconds. Here's Dame, who pulls up from half court. I was just about to say that would have been the ultimate way to win a basketball game.
And being Dame, I think you almost expected that to be nothing but net. It didn't draw iron, but man, it was deep, even deep for Dame. And DeMar putting it in the guy who's been hot all night, putting in his hand. You see Brook coming over, but
look how close this is. Ah.
I think everybody was ready to tap their wrist and say it was Dame time. But we're going to overtime for the second time in the last two matchups against Chicago.
For everything, 5-4, make some noise! Rep that hometown. Yeah. I got you on this one. Yeah. I think I'm addicted to growth. I'm doing it.
Boy, if anyone could end a game like that from half court, that's the man to do it. But we are headed to overtime instead. Tied at 118. DeMar DeRozan, the bucket. It was Caruso to tie it in Chicago to send it to overtime. And DeMar DeRozan had the floater in the Bulls' last possession.
No, he did. And look, in the NBA, you put the ball in your best player's hands, and he has been a hot hand all night, knocking down clutch free throws. And talk about a beautiful touch. He is the mid-range king, and getting even deeper than that on this one, but off that left foot with the right hand, knowing Brook Lopez is going to come over and contest if he gets too far in there. It's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, you had a little bit of the taller perimeter defender in Chris Middleton on that possession versus Dame and Malik Beasley, but the two overtime games that the Bucks have played this year have been in the last 11 days against these Chicago Bulls.
And it did not go well last time against Chicago. And it was Caruso, like you said, hitting that game winner, kind of giving them the momentum going into this. So now, like you said, DeMar hits this one. A little different, though. It's at 5 serve and 14-7 in overtime. Almost all Chicago, it felt like that time.
Yeah, the Bulls jumped out to an 8-0 lead in overtime on November 30th. See if the Bucks can try to shut them down. Craig drawing the foul against Brook. It's third.
One thing coming out of that Indiana game, and all those conversations about the opportunities of good practice, great time to get ourselves on the same page. What better than the immediate first game, giving your team an opportunity to work through some of those things that you've talked about, that you've worked on, and to be honest, just go through some of these situations in these clutch moments, overtime games.
It's the Bulls' first lead coming here in overtime. The first lead of the entire night. Couldn't do it in 48 minutes of regulation, and they do it for the first time in the extra session. Dame Lillard gives it right back to Brook Lopez. He gets the lead right back to the Bucks. Kobe White leading in, spinning around, gives it up to Greg. He gets his own miss, can't tip it in. Loose ball, it'll be Bulls basketball. They might challenge that. You can challenge a possession if you want, and after winning, no, they don't have, they don't have the challenge available because it was unsuccessful.
See the guys, the Bucks down there saying he touched it twice, and it seemed like as the ball went out of bounds, he followed through, touched it a second time.
It's a touch foul on Giannis, his second. DeRozan has a season-high 35 points. Gives it to Vucevic. Empty possession for the Bulls. Here come the Bucks. To add to their one-point advantage. Chris sizes it up from mid-range. Cash Money with 12 points.
And that's a heck of a knockdown by Chris. I think he had the matchup he wanted. You probably want to see it move off, get it back to Giannis, put it in Dame's hand, but he liked that matchup and knocked that mid-range shot down.
Kobe White, pump fake, takes it inside, the kick out, work it around to Vooch. Giannis coming up with a rebound. 27 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists for Giannis across the timeline now. Using Brook as a screener, Giannis inside, too strong. He'll go to the free throw line.
And a great job attacking by Giannis. Some of those early screens, too, whether it's a back screen or a high ball screen in transition, it is hard for the defense to communicate early enough to switch and make those coverages work. And so Vooch in a tough spot, need to take the foul there.
Giannis again approaching maybe another 30-point game. Shooting 67% from the field tonight. He's done it for 5 straight games. The franchise record is 7 straight. And his averages, just to show how good he's been. No one in NBA history has been able to sustain those numbers for an entire season. Averaging over 30 points and an efficiency from the field above 60%.
I just love the free throw shooter. Made the 2 big ones late in regulation, knocking those down. Teams have no choice but to take those fouls like Vooch on that last possession. He's making it pay.
29 points now for Giannis, 13 of 16 from the free throw line. And out for DeRozan, trying to chase it down. The Bulls will retain it. The shot clock will reset to 14 seconds. Chris Middleton will check back in for campaign. One of the big differences, Steve, Chris, with his minute restriction, couldn't play in the overtime on November 30th. And now he's playing another season high. We'll take another look at this. The Bulls have their challenge if they want to use it. 124 to 119. Patrick Williams, it rims out, and another rebound to Chris. He's got 12 rebounds.
12 rebounds and just enough resistance on that one.
Dame Lillard sizing it up for 3. Yeah, Chris Middleton, a double-double, 12 points, 12 rebounds. Giannis trying to tap that away. He tied it on the floor, but it's off Giannis' last. 11 seconds left on the shot clock.
I just love the way Giannis is throwing his body around. He's getting deflections. He's picking guys just enough. If he doesn't get his hand on that one, that could have just been a layup for Chicago. And so doing everything he talked about, being better, putting his body on the line.
DeRozan leaves it short. And Chris with 13 rebounds tonight. Giannis crossing over. No pull about that. Giannis has got a 31-point game.
Take a load off, big fella. He is going to work right now. Was so good in the fourth quarter. Now turning that corner. Vooch giving him very little resistance. Getting downhill. He's got his shooter space just enough to keep some of those Chicago defenders spaced and going to work when he needs to. Getting a little pep talk from his brother as well.
Sometimes there's just those players, and Giannis is at the top of the list, who lives for this time. And the Bucks, as we have told you, 9-4 in clutch game situations. Game decided in the last 5 minutes. A point differential of 5 or fewer. The 9 wins, Steve, is the most in the NBA this season. Or the third most games that they've played total. And you see how good they have been. And like Giannis has said, I would love to win a couple of games. That'd be nice. But this also said something about the moxie of this team this year.
You know it does, because I do think this is really where you see a team's ability to deliver, to have the guys to make the shots and to get the stops and to have the awareness to get these kind of wins, because sometimes you look at fourth quarter numbers and they really are deceiving, because sometimes they're blowouts, they're not great games, but these clutch stats, when you're winning the most clutch games and you got guys performing in those moments, it means something was on the line and they delivered.
Much different story in this overtime session than on November 30th. The Bulls jumped out November 30th to an 8-0 run in OT. The Bucks have done the same. On an 8-0 run here right now, the Bulls have not hit a bucket. 0 for 7 from the field in overtime. Kobe White with his season high, floats it, rims out. Patrick Williams pursuing, Dame trying to tip it away. And a foul call, I think that might go against Brooke. It does. That is number 4.
We've really seen Patrick Williams in the mix on so many possessions around the paint. They're not happy about this one. Brooks, how in the world can you call that, though?
That's where you wish you had your challenge still.
See, that's a lot of hand on the ball right there. I assume that was Mr. Lopez. Oh, yeah.
90 seconds to play in overtime between the Bucks and the Bulls. Vucevic trying to tap it away. 9 seconds left as the Bucks will take it out from the sideline. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, so the Bucks still have their 2 overtime timeouts left if they need to use them. The Bulls have 1 timeout left. Chris inbounds to Giannis. 5 down to shoot. Dame cuts inside. Dame! A Dame dunk!
He was just saving the best for last. Look at him going up, dunking that, making it look easy. Great action on that.
DeMar DeRozan back the other way. 128 to 123.
Chicago just does not go away. I mean, as if we didn't know that after watching the November 30th game and seeing what Caruso did, but this game is no different.
And Craig is fouled out. That is 6 on Torrey Craig. And he chooses to send Brook Lopez to the free throw line.
Giannis set a great pin down. Dame curls. It's just enough space. Go above 2 feet. Go finish that so they can't come block it.
How about the overtime numbers, Steve? 10 points for the Bucks to the Bulls 5. And the Bucks have only missed 1 shot, 4 of 5 from the field. And the Bulls have gone cold, 1 of 9.
Yeah, and I do think the 1 for 9 is really what's telling, because obviously Milwaukee, I think the offense, not getting that one to go. When you've got a Dame and a Giannis out there, you are going to put so much pressure on defenses. You're going to score the ball. So that 1 for 9 is very telling, especially since this is a team in Chicago that had on their own the last overtime these two teams matched up, went on an 8-0 run and won 14-7 in that period.
The Bulls have won 4 straight coming into tonight. That win streak began against the Bulls on November 30th. The Bucks looking to push back against their rival here tonight. 129 to 123. Less than 60 seconds now left to play. 10 down to shoot. Kobe White, right side. Brook! Looking to wrap it up. 3 blocks for the big fella.
And I think Kobe White thought he did as good a job as he possibly could. He almost let Brook catch him so he could use his shoulder and not get blocked. And look at Brook just stay with it, go up. Man, he's good up there.
Now they got to break up Giannis and Vooch, who are exchanging some words. Moment didn't last long.
Fight for position right there. Giannis not wanting to give him the spot to catch. They know he wants to throw it over to him, and he's not trying to let him.
Oh, coming over on the backside. And a foul call against Chris Middleton.
This is why that free throw shooting matters. We've seen it matter for Milwaukee in clutch situations. Giannis knocking them down, Dame knocking them down, and now Chicago realizing, look, 43 seconds, down by 6 is a lot, but you stop that clock, make some free throws, make your way back. But Chris going straight up, and it looked like Brook got a piece.
That arm just couldn't stay vertical enough in the officials' eyes, so Chris has 4 personals. But it helps the Bulls out, stops the clock. All free throws for DeMar DeRozan, who's approaching his first 40-point game of the season. Giannis at speed as only he can do, and he draws the foul back the other way.
There's another one of those early screens that you see with Dame a lot of times because it allows him to shoot that pull-up 3 or attack. Using it for Giannis, I think it's just a play that the defender is just not ready to call the switch or to get under. So good job by Giannis to get fouled on that.
Some of these Giannis defenders are dropping their fouls like crazy. Torrey Craig has already fouled out. Vucevic, that's his 5th. Patrick Williams has 4 personal fouls. A 32-point game for Giannis. 130 to 125. Bucks and Bulls in another overtime session this year. Patrick Williams off the glass.
Again, Patrick Williams finds himself in the right spot. It seems like the Milwaukee defenders are doing a great job on the ball, but he's got a lot of guys that could.
And a reach-in foul against the Bulls.
That's interesting because that call came from all the way down on the baseline, not the referee right in front of him.
That's interesting. That's why they got 3 officials, Steve.
Yeah, that's right. All the angles. Doing a good job protecting it. That's the right call. He's got his left hand wrapped all over him, following him with the right.
It's that baseline angle. You can see that clearly. DeRozan's 5th. Misses.
And that is why you take the kind of chances that DeMar is taking right there. You realize, one, if you get lucky and you don't get the whistle, then you can maybe get a turnover going the other way. But if you do, still puts pressure on Milwaukee to knock these down.
That's a big one right there. Makes it a 4-point lead. And DeRozan not wasting any time. They're going to let it go. And take the two-pointer. Give that up. Now it's a two-point game. And the Bucks call a timeout. They've got one timeout remaining to the Bulls, one timeout remaining.
And that timeout obviously allows Milwaukee to not have to deal with that press too much down here. They can advance it up and give themselves an advantage. But you can expect Chicago to again be aggressive, take those chances like you saw in the last possession where DeMar did get called for the foul, but not enough resistance here. But you see Williams spaced out, so Brook is trying to stay a little closer. Scoring a little too quick on that one. You want to see him use a little more clock. Right to the basket. Not the most difficult bucket DeMar's had tonight. He's made some tough ones.
No, they conceded that for sure. Now 13 seconds left. The Bulls will be forced to foul immediately. Obviously, you would expect them to try to go for the steal and then foul whoever takes the first inbounds pass. Time is of the essence.
Now, we really have seen, like you said, we've seen Giannis, Chris, and Dame now all miss free throws, which is not typical, I would say, of Chris. It's certainly not of Dame late in the game. But
and really of Giannis. So Giannis is 7 of 9 in the last 5 minutes of regulation and overtime at the free throw line. He's taken by far the most attempts on the Bucks side during that time. So it'll be Chris to inbounds. We've seen this configuration before with Giannis back towards the free throw line.
Gives you a safety reserve, but you know who you want to get it to.
That's the man right there. And he'll hang on to it as that double team comes. So just a couple seconds tick off. 10.2 left.
You see Billy Donovan kind of chirping the referee saying, we weren't trying to foul, even though obviously you know that they had to very quickly.
It's the third on Kobe White. Dame second in the league in free throw percentage, right behind Steph Curry. Left a little less drama on that free throw than he did the last two attempts.
It does. It gives you confidence. You see it leave his hand like that. Nothing but net.
He was just toying with all of this.
Make sure everybody got their money's worth for their tickets tonight. Keep it close, maybe a little overtime.
Give that extra 5 minutes of basketball. 14 points for Dame. 6 of 7 from the free throw line. The Bulls call their final timeout in the overtime session. They'll be able to advance it. We'll take it out here from the sideline. We opened up this telecast, Steve, in just talking about the state of the state for the Milwaukee Bucks. If they can pull this out, what have you kind of digested about this team coming out of the 3-day rest?
You know, I think you certainly saw the start of this game. This was a team that responded. I think Giannis, to be honest, having 2 field goal attempts in the first half, to me was very telling that it was read the defense, everybody be alert and ready. They were delivering, and so it was selfless basketball with a ton of effort. 37 points in both those first 2 quarters. And you look at the scoring leaders now, Giannis with 32, and you think about 2 field goal attempts in the first half. Brook in the league doing a heck of a job as well, but obviously an overtime game. But that's the kind of effort it takes sometimes for you to come away with just a 2, 4, 6-point game like they did tonight.
7 in double figures. And if it were to end here like this, the Bucks would get win number 16, and 2 out of the 3 wins against the Bulls here in this regular season series.
And you know where the ball's going. 2 number 11. You got to move your feet. Try to make him use a little more time. Don't foul on the shot. Stay down on those shot fakes.
Chris again defending DeMar. They get it to Kobe White. He steps it back. Goes up for the 3. It's an air ball. That's going to happen. The game's going to end. The final few seconds ticks away. And the Bucks win in overtime against the Bulls. 133 to 129.
Boy, has it been a battle the last couple matchups with Chicago. Giannis doing a heck of a job in this second half, coming through, squeaking the win by 4 points. It took everything. Heck of an effort.
And that man, 6 straight games now for Giannis. 30-plus points and shooting above 60% from the field. And one more, 7th straight would be the franchise record here for him. But the Bucks winning their 10th clutch game here this season. Bucks Live is coming up next. Stephen Watson and Steve Novak will pull double duty here tonight. Melanie Ricks with us on the sideline. I'm Lisa Byington. Brent Reland, our director. John Walsh, or our producer. John Walsh is our director. And our wonderful Bally Sports Wisconsin crew. Bucks Live around the corner.
Started as an East Coast vibe, now I'm going worldwide. We got this bitch going crazy. I used to take the Mazda for a drive, now I'm on the 405 like it's fuck you, pay me. We really sick of standing outside, had to push them all aside. It's what you get for trying to play me. I bet they make a movie when I die just to talk about my life. They need an actor to portray me. I got this motherfucker clear like an eye drop. I got elevator flow, I'm on a high top. I got little something stacked like an IHOP. This is 05, you will put it on your iPod. I'ma give you something that you can't forget. Put the price up, baby, add the tax a bit. Know you saw the comma, thought it was an accident. Well, it wasn't. It's about time the kids buzzing. I'm trying to get a peek in the elevator. But if we talking peaks, I need mine like the Himalayas. I'm talking yay high, man, I never had a vertical limit. I ain't seen you put in work in a minute. I gotta put on for the family, that goes for every person that's in it. Used to scrape by working as a service attendant till I got more. Bitch, I ain't comfy, I need the top floor. Doing anything to get that spot for. Pop off. Started as an East Coast vibe, now I'm going worldwide. We got this bitch going crazy. I used to take the Mazda for a drive, now I'm on the 405 like it's fuck you, pay me. We really sick of standing outside, had to push them all aside. It's what you get for trying to play me. I bet they make a movie when I die just to talk about my life. They need an actor to portray me. I ain't settling for nothing that be under an M. There's only one of me, there's 100 of them. Gotta listen close, I drop hundreds of gems. From the start, no, I wasn't pretend. With the world on my back, had to drop my own ego. Problems at the crib, we couldn't fix at Home Depot. That was on tilt, moms off the vino. Room full of smoke like we lived in a casino. She know, day I moved out is when I opened my eyes. Looking for the truth like God show me a sign. I'm not religious or the holiest kind, but the blessings came to me when I opened my mind. I was running around the city, man, I knew I had to make some. Wasn't raised a thief, but if I had to, I would take some. Worked the Frito-Lay, I was writing on my break, son. Plotting on a record, waiting for the day we break one.
Yeah, everything's good. I mean, it's just been a lot of like settling in and whatnot. I'm not really sure when I'm coming back. I don't have any plans of it right now. But I'm just figuring a lot of shit out right now. I don't know. It's just like a lot going on. No, I'm not talking to any girls.
Yeah, don't text back, don't miss me. You're the signal, well, I'm history now. We always go back forth. I don't even know what you're mad for. Yeah, I can love you like I love myself. Girl, know we've been through hell cold, wanna feel you, but I don't. This family broke, I try to fix it, but you don't. Wanna grow up, start again, it's fine, I ball. Money, women need it all. It's Friday night, got no one to call. It's like when you finally hit the wall. What you chasing isn't what it's cracked up to be. Pussy, money, weed isn't a stunt to me. I tell that girl I'm done now. Making money till it runs out. Work from sun up until sundown. I'm the one now. Tell that pussy that you text and go and get the fuck out. Don't miss me, don't miss me. You just in your world, I'm history now.
See you. His father, Samaki, played in the league.
Columbus, Ohio.
And now a quick word from Kia.
The #1 most dependable mass market brand, 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
Johnson, go ahead.
No, I played with Samaki. Samaki was a rookie, got drafted by the Mavericks when I was there. So, and, you know, go back to that Malcolm Brogdon. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because there's been a lot of talk about, is this his final destination? Will a trade happen when he gets healthy?
Kawhi Leonard knocks it down again. He's 3 for 3. Clippers lead by 9, 2:44 to play. Offense has come to life here for the Clippers. Defense, not so much. Blazers ranked 30th in the league in offense as Moses Brown able to glide right into the rim. And now the Blazers are 10 of 18 from the field, 55%.
Well, this Portland team offense is at the bottom of the league in regards to point per possession, 106. So they're getting things way too easy. So are we offensively. But the thing you always want to do for me, you establish yourself as a defensive-minded team, and when the team is undermanned, you want to force that upon your opponent, especially a young team to make a pavilion right now. The Clippers are not doing that on the defensive end.
Floater by Henderson astray. Here's George the other way. Lobs it to Leonard underneath the net, splits a double team and hit the face in the process. Foul goes on the rookie Henderson. Kobe Brown will check into the lineup here. We'll look at Henderson. Played in the G League last year as Kawhi Leonard on the inbound the ball. And he said he would get emotional after games talking about Henderson when he didn't play well. He said it is so hard down in the G League, how hard those guys play every single night. Leonard now posting against the first-year Henderson. Gets it out top to Powell for 3, and he knocks it down.
Beautiful relocation that time by Powell to get right in the vision of Kawhi Leonard.
37-24. Anthony Simons, this is just his 4th game. Played opening night against the Clippers. Hurt his thumb. He's been back at the lineup last couple of games. Simons, step away 3, whistle. And Kawhi Leonard cannot believe the call. Simons will go to the line with the 3.
I love this play here as the ball is entered. As you know, I'm coming all the way from the other side to get right into the line of vision of Kawhi. Now, it's a simple play, but at the same time, it's a timing play of when that double team comes and when the shooter is available. Kawhi was able to put it right in the shooting pocket of Powell.
We mentioned this at the top of the show. Simons, the longest tenured Blazer, got to learn at the feet of Damian Lillard. Well, in a lot of ways, this is his team. Second of 3 falls. Hey, this holiday season, the Clippers Foundation is hosting a virtual toy drive to benefit local youth organizations. All the toys will be distributed to local youth organizations and schools during the holiday toy caravan presented by Cedars-Sinai. Please visit Clippers.com/toy drive. All 3 free throws fall for Simons. Those are all 3 of his points. 37-27, Clippers by 10. Westbrook, he's paid by the dribble. Is a rich man on that possession. Whistle and a second violation defensively against the Blazers.
Yeah, but that time he wanted that mismatch with Simons, and he wanted Daniel Tice to cut through. So that's why he maintained his dribble, knowing that Daniel would take his defender with him, and he would have an easier opportunity to get 2 feet in the paint. That man Chance, It's been tough. It's been a tough road because you think about it. You said this at the beginning, Brian. 3 different kind of teams that he's had in this 3 seasons. The expectations of coaching Dame Lillard and also coaching C.J. McCollum, that changed, and then injuries and everything else. It's just like, but he's as good as a teacher as we have in the league.
Tough shot for Kawhi, but he's able to get it to fall. Kawhi Leonard now 4 for 4. Reminder, he was 14 of 23 on Friday. And in his last 5 games is shooting 60% from the field. Simons finds a couple of defenders in his path, fades away, and knocks it down for his first field goal. He's got 5 in the game. 2-for-1 opportunity for the Clippers. Westbrook to Tice. Stripped from behind by Henderson. Henderson's made an impact here in this first quarter. Ahead to Sharp. Blocked from behind by Powell. Power play for the Clippers. Lob to Tice. It's blocked out of bounds by Reef. Some crazy defensive sequences here. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, and that time, Norman Powell didn't give up on the play. He came back in. He knew he couldn't jump with Sharp, but he knew he could get the ball if he timed it perfectly. But then on the opposite end, what could have been a lob opportunity, he was able to kind of block it with his vertical leap up there to take that pass away.
14 to shoot for Leonard. Clippers will take the lead into the second quarter. The question will be by how much. They are currently shooting 78% from the field. Westbrook rises for a catch and shoot 3. It's good. The Clippers are 4 of 5 from above the arc, and they lead 43 to 29. 3 to shoot for Simons. Ahead of the horn, it's good. Back-to-back threes to close out the quarter. 1 from the Clippers and 1 from the Blazers. It's 43 to 32. The Clippers shoot 79% from the field in the first quarter. Ivica Zubac leads the way with 14. Second quarter unfolds after this.
I feel you fading away. I never let you hit rock bottom. Maybe that's what it takes for you to finally put the bottle down before it's too late. It's not until you sober up enough that's when you say, hey.
What does human talent look like?
Just go on Fiverr. See for yourself.
Wow. Imagine working with them.
Yeah, imagine that. Hire a freelancer and take your business to the next level.
My name is Spencer Russell, and because of TikTok, I'm reaching millions of families who want to teach their toddlers how to read. When a kid learns how to read, doors open. They can access the world around them in a way that only readers can.
Lunch?
Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
It is for our Economy Ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, cash or card?
For water? Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro. Check it out, made with titanium.
We do have free movies. With the purchase of headphones.
I'll just use my iPhone.
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular phone. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
New season of NBA 2K Mobile is finally here. You know what that means.
You can finally play as cats.
My nature podcast will finally pick up.
Finally wear the matching jackets I made for us?
No. Crew versus Crew. Got a whole new look. Download it on the App Store or Google Play.
Throwing shade like it's one. Check the stats, you a bum. Track star that don't run. I do this shit for fun, scale about a tip. Knowing how does this? Someone call it quits. Treat that like it sits. If it's foreign and she foreign, I'm with the shits. Spent too many nights.
Gone according to plan for Chauncey Billups, but this is a different team and a different expectation. And while their offense, as we talked about, has struggled, this is their defense through the quarter mark of the season with injuries and, more importantly, with young players. For Chauncey to get this level of defense for 20-plus games, it speaks volumes for the coaching staff, and how willing the players are to find ways to win ball games.
Right. It speaks a lot about the players, too, despite not having a lot of W's in that column, that they still stay committed to the other side of the ball when naturally most guys want to or assume that being successful, being good, is always equated to the offensive side of the ball.
Dr. Johnson before the game, he said he had to redefine winning in his mind. It's not necessarily how many victories you get in terms of actual wins. It's how did you hold your opponent under 100 points? Did you run everybody off the line? Sometimes there's tangible things they can point to right after the game, but a lot of times it's the next day in film sessions. Yes, you're not winning games, but you're doing a lot of championship-like habits. Big shot there by Simons. Again, the thing that has really stood out to me with this Blazer team, they're 9 games under 500, but in 15 of the 21 games, they have been there within 5 minutes and 5 points of a ball game. And now Simons with the old-fashioned 4-point play.
Old-fashioned, I like that. But, you know, also, I would add this to that winning equation. Practice habits. For a young team, obviously they have some very good practice habits because it's a team
ruling on
that's
the floor is a
dedicated
defensive foul. The play's under review to see if it meets the criteria for a reckless closeout.
Reckless closeout. Could be the call here.
Yeah, player coming underneath right here. Watch Brown's foot underneath. He's trying to get to the side of Simons, and that's what they're looking at. Again, it's the left foot, leg, and he's not allowing Simons, what they're looking at, a safe landing area off of his jump shot.
Could be an expensive possession here for the Clippers. Again, Clippers shooting 76% from the field, but with free throws coming one way or the other, they're only out in front by 8 just underway in the second quarter.
Well, the difference too is, listen, Clippers shooting 76%. They got 25 field goal attempts.
After review, it is deemed that is a reckless closeout and a potential for injury as the offensive player lands on the foot of the defender. Therefore, this is upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1. It'll be 2 shots to make 1 point, and Portland gets the ball sideline out of bounds.
There you go. And again, it's not anything that Kobe Brown was doing intentionally, but because when you turn sideways and you start to lean and your momentum goes towards the player, you're not giving enough room for that player to land. And that's why the rule was instituted in regards, especially if that player, offensive player, is going vertical in the air, you have to provide the landing space for him to come down.
And that was kind of something that went under the microscope a few years back. Kawhi Leonard with the San Antonio Spurs. Zaza Pachulia put his foot under Kawhi. And listen, I have a feeling that Golden State was going to probably do pretty well going forward, but it certainly changed the tone and tenor of that series. 2 to make 1 for Simons. He does it. So it's a 4-point possession right now. They can add to it here. So as we were saying, an expensive situation for the Clippers. 3 for 3. Rebound, jumps around. Walker dives on the floor for it. He's going to be tied up, and they call it timeout with 11:32 to play in the first half, preserving the possession. It'll be Blazer ball when we come back.
The beach has always been there for us. As an oasis. Somewhere you can escape to. So it's time we were there for it. That's why Corona's helping clean 100 beaches by 2025. It's the first step in our fight against plastic pollution. To join us, visit coronausa.com.
Just pretend like you like my mama's hair.
It's obviously a wig.
Well, give it a compliment. Hey.
I'm just addressing the elephant in the room. The elephant is the wig.
Do not make me come back there. You know what?
Life's grander in the first ever Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Sarah Esrich. I'm the Life Enrichment Director at Independence Village. Our goal with TikTok was to enrich the lives of our residents.
I mean, we're the ones that are being entertained. Time moves fast right now.
Yummy yum all on my tongue. Yummy yum, let me get some all of that flavor. Yummy yum all on my tongue. Yummy yum, let me get some all of that flavor.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it and drop it. We want to fix it ourselves and actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster and know the market price of the lobster.
How much is whatever the market says?
Sadly, we can't have it all, except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Welcome back. Well, some pretty passing from the Clippers early on in the first and second quarter. The dish to Zoo, he's been big, and here PG kicks out to Terrence Mann in the corner. 15 assists for the Clippers so far in this game. More importantly, though, just a single turnover so far. That has been something that the Clippers have improved on over the last 11 games. Second fewest turnovers in the NBA. Just talking to some of the coaching staff, they said early on, right after the trade, it felt like there was a bunch of solo players on the court together, but they're getting a feel for each other, figuring each other out, their tendencies, and you're certainly seeing the product now on the court.
It's looked very good. Over the last 11 games, Clippers 8 and 3. Brief inside, it is a 6-point possession for Portland. Clippers haven't even had a possession in the second quarter. After the foul, the three-point shot was made. Records close out, free throw possession, and they score coming out of the timeout. The Clippers have led by as many as 14. It's down to 5. Paul George with a flyby. The three is good. First shot of the second quarter is a good one for the Clippers.
Once again, for 2 feet in the paint, now you have to help a little bit. And Harden, I thought was going to pull up for that shot, but he saw that PG was open. So a nice little pump fake and 3-ball side pocket.
Tice knocks it out of bounds. Both of these teams league leaders in deflections. It's just over 16 a game.
Well, James Harden doesn't have to be the quickest, but if you can get by your primary defender, kind of like Luka, be tricky with it, force a little help, now you're able to make some plays, and we're seeing that as of lately from James Harden.
Late in the clock, Simons is lethal inside the logo. This time he takes it to the paint. Bicycles his legs in mid-flight and lays it in. And Simons, after a slow start, now has 14. He cuts the lead down to 6. Harden will go to the line for 2.
Well, the thing about Simons is going to be this. He can score the ball, no doubt. We know that. Now to take it to the next level, especially when you have injuries, how can you influence the offense to make your teammates better? How can you set them up for success to allow you to win some games? That's the next iteration of where he's at as a leader for the Trailblazers.
Harden at the line, first to go. We get a quick word from Hyundai.
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Somewhat of a quiet game in Utah for Harden. Just 2 for 8, 12 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. But had really played well previous 3 games. 21 points. Again, over half of his threes. Clippers, when he is on the floor, they have been really good. +10 and a -5 when he is off it. Clippers lead by 8, have led by as many as 14. Just the 3rd turnover here for the Blazers. And now here comes Harden the other way. From the line to the lane, wrapped up by Henderson. Great job defensively. He's able to knock the ball off of Harden. I thought that was the right call. I wasn't going to complain about it. Great job by Scoot Henderson.
Yeah, that time he kind of gobbled up James Harden. James was trying to get and initiate the contact by swinging the ball over a little bit more, but Scoot stayed true to his defensive principles, tied him up, and eventually got the turnover.
Henderson made his debut here in the NBA against the Clippers opening night. Struggled to start, found some rhythm towards the end of the game, was already out of reach. I would say Henderson looks pretty good here tonight. Coming off the bench, 3 for 5, 7 points, a couple of assists.
Well, but he has to make the adjustment too, because he's accustomed to being the primary ball handler. Now he's playing off the ball a little bit more, so that's pretty new to a young player of his stature. But if he can do that, off the ball, catch and shoot, that just adds more value to what he can do on the court.
Coming into tonight, Henderson 9 of 50 from the three-point line. Tonight, 2 for 2. He cuts the lead down to 5. Whistle foul off the ball against the Blazers will be their second of the quarter, 9:30 to play.
Well, and for a young player as dynamic as Scoot Henderson, especially off the dribble, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable doing other things outside of just having the ball in your hands.
Harden with 14 seconds. Back on the shot clock here. Busy week for the Clippers tonight. Portland tomorrow. Sacramento here in downtown Los Angeles. Ty Lue's team will then host the Warriors on Thursday, and they'll conclude this 4-game homestand Saturday against the New York Knicks. George. Tough shot. Gets his own rebound. Rifles one into Tice. Stripped by Simons. Recovered by Henderson. Poked free by Harden. He gets it back from a few plays before.
I want to say this about James Harden. There's a lot of criticism, a lot of talk about him not playing defense and fire speed. But I tell you what, James has some of the quicker hands, or quickest hands in the league. And that was on display. You got an athletic, quick Scoot Henderson coming right at you, and James was able to pluck it away.
Lob to Tice. One-handed pass in the corner to Kobe Brown. Hesitates, misfires. Walker with the rebound. He thought about passing it before he was going to shoot it. Reith for 3. This is long. Ball pinball out of bounds for the 5th turnover here for the Blazers.
Savvy vet move right here. Kind of anticipating where Henderson was going to place his next dribble.
Well, line change here for Ty Lue. Kobe Brown, Daniel Tice take a seat. Terrence Mann and Ivica Zubac check in. Zoo was spectacular in that first quarter with 14 points. George, giant steps down the side of the alley, and he lays it in. Paul George with 7 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Simons the floater, hits the front of the rim, no. Rebound goes to Walker inside, and he lays it in. Jabari Walker averaging 7 and 4 in the first 20 or so games of the season, brings the Blazers to within 5. Powell off the Zoo screen, down the lane, down the hatch it goes. Track meet unfolding here. Clippers already with 52 points, 7:40 to play in the second quarter. Walker for 3, it is good. Just 25% on the year, but he brings the Blazers to within 4.
Yeah, and the Clippers are not making the Trail Blazers feel them defensively. They're able to move and pass and do whatever they want with the rock. And that's why they're shooting overall 60 or 56% in this game.
A strip again by Harden. Ahead to George, doesn't have numbers. Swings it to a wide open Powell for 3. A modern day fast break. A whistle and a loose ball foul against Matisse Thybulle and the Blazers.
There it is. James anticipating. Reith is going to put the ball again as a big. You bring it down. Play right into the hands of the smaller defender. James aren't able to swipe it away. Create another turnover. Only You talked about Portland doing a really good job. Only 5 turnovers right now.
George stops, hesitates, finds it. Terrence Mann for 3, straight but strong. Henderson very quick with the ball. Putting pressure on the Clippers in transition. Walker. Moses Brown misses the jam inside. Clippers get the rebound. It's the 4th game for Brown. Chauncey had to do something to stop the Clippers with all those paint points. Powell in the corner for 3. Knocks it down. Powell with 8 off the bench.
Paul George up to the top of the dribble. Attract, find your teammate, foul, make yourself available. Clean look.
Henderson for 3. Rebound poked on the hands of Avito Zubac, and it goes back to Portland.
Get to your spot. Get your primary defender. Moses Brown comes and helps, and Scoot Henderson, he had to provide backside support when Moses left. That left Norman Powell open for shooting practice.
Clippers 6 of 12 from the three-point line. They've made 23 shots. They have 18 assists. When you shoot 64%, that's probably a low number. Clippers only lead by 7. Leonard fades and fires. That's a friendly roll, and Moses Brown with a big rebound inside for Portland. Midway through the second quarter, Henderson puts on the brakes, gets run over by Harden, no whistle. Sharp, his first touch here in the second quarter, results in drawing a foul from the Clippers. It'll be the 3rd for the Clippers. They say this is in the act of shooting. So Sharp will go to the line. 2% on the year. Sharp in that first quarter, 9 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Let's get a quick word from Cedars-Sinai.
Cedars-Sinai Guerin Children's. Expert care made for kids.
Feels like the Clippers, in their mind, are going to outscore the Blazers. Certainly how it started.
Yeah, but you know, you want to establish yourself as a defensive team. You want to make teams that come into your home feel all the time. And if that's going to be your mantra, it just can't be against the above 500 teams. It has to be against the teams like the Blazers who are trying to figure some things out, put some doubt in their mind early that it's going to be a tough ask offensively to get what you want. But as of where we're at in the second quarter, it hasn't really been.
Interesting shot there by Henderson. Nobody ready for it, including the Clipper rebounders. The ball goes back to the Blazers. Sharp inside. Oh!
Got hung by the rim at that time, too. More so than I think the contact by Zubac. If you watch the replay, it was some contact, but it was the force of him trying to dunk it and hit the rim that threw him backwards.
He suffers no fall damage and dusts himself off over the line for a couple.
Well, I mean, Brian, come on. I mean, I know you had a few of these in your time in high school where you're so used to getting up over the rim and you kind of just get hung on there. I know you understand that, right?
I definitely fell a lot. Sharp makes the first of 2. Busy stretch here for the Clippers. They gave you the week's schedule. They go out on the road. It is not going to be an easy trip. Indiana, Dallas, and then Oklahoma City on a back-to-back. And then the return game for the Clippers, the Boston Celtics. It is going to be very difficult, but look at it as an opportunity for the Clippers. They are playing well. We get 8-3 in their last 11. Things are coming together. They're going to have to continue to learn why. Powell, the runner from the foul line is good. Norman Powell with 10 off the bench.
You talked about the offense. It just feels more fluid right now, right? The ball is exchanging sides of the court. Drive by Sharp. And so now I think the players have felt more comfortable with when and where and how these shots are going to come, and the spacing is a lot better. And when you make a change, a lot of times you try to play so unselfish that the offense will get stuck. The rudder gets stuck. But now the flow has been there offensively for the Clippers.
Sharp goes right back to the free throw line. 3 for 4 so far. 12 points for him. Knocks down the first. This is the upcoming schedule I've been talking about for the Clippers. It's tough, but look at it as an opportunity. Kings are good. Warriors want revenge. Knicks beat the Clippers in the Garden. Pacers are a surprise team. We know how good Dallas and Oklahoma City are, and of course how the Celtics are. A opportune time for the Clippers to regain some of those losses that were blemishes for sure. Losses with teams without their best players, where the Clippers just didn't put their best effort forward. They have a chance to make that up in the next couple of weeks. Moses Brown getting one of his digits straightened out. Did you ever have to do that?
What's that?
Have your finger straightened out?
Yeah.
I didn't need to see that.
Well, you asked me, so I gave you physical proof of what a real athlete's finger looked like.
Heading to a Clipper joke. Let's see it. Let's see the finger. Show us.
Listen, as a hooper, if you don't have this, you really.
But
point taken right here. You really ain't hoop. If you don't have that.
But here's the deal, Jim. The audience needs to know that's not the finger you showed.
Well, that's true too. Disclaimer here, disclaimer.
4.5 to play, the half. Clippers by 4. Harden gives to Powell. He's played well off the bench, as he's been one to do. The floater, he continues to smolder. Norman Powell with a dozen off the bench.
Norman's good as anybody at catching, receiving, curling into the lane, and either finishing at the rim, like we saw before, or using that floater.
Sharp has become a foul magnet now for the Clippers. These will be free throws 7, 8, and 9 if they rule that a 3. A nice smile on the youngster's face.
Let's see. Sharp comes off. Well, you can see, too, he's grown from this perspective. The game has slowed down for him, so he allowed the pick by Brown to set before he went too early. He kept it tight, so that put Norm in a different position to try to come off that screen, and he bodied up, meaning Sharp, to Norman to be able to get that foul.
His production this year is no surprise to those and our friends in the Pacific Northwest. After the dust settled last year with injuries and everything, they gave him the ball the last 20 or so games, and he flourished. This is no surprise if you paid attention to the Blazers a year ago. He is a rock star.
Think about the confidence. Didn't win a lot of games, but that gave him the confidence going into the summer what he needed to work on. And a lot of times, yes, it's the physical part, but it's the mental part of taking high-quality shots and becoming more efficient.
12 to shoot for the Blazers, who only trail by 4, despite the opposition shooting 62% from the field. Leather larceny by Leonard, centers it to Powell. Zoo the trailer. Harden off the screen. Pulls up and knocks it down. James Harden, his second basket. 6 points, 5 assists for the former MVP.
Actually, patience with that pick and roll got Scoot Henderson caught up. James able to pull up for a nice little 14-foot jump shot.
Floater by Henderson. It is good. And Scoot Henderson now 12 off the bench, 4 rebounds and 3 assists.
As I mentioned, he's scoring better. 3 points better on the road than he is at home, about 10, and now he's exceeded that already in the first half with 12 points.
Played a very controlled game. Harden deep 3. Oh, it's good for Harden. Back-to-back buckets for James. He's got 9.
And James wanted the same foul, that 4-point opportunity that was given earlier to Portland.
Henderson, the pull-up. It's good again. Henderson now with 14 off the bench. Portland, you're feeling pretty good for a variety of reasons. You have to think the Clippers are not going to shoot 64% for the entirety of the game, and you trail only by 5. Timeout. We take it with them.
We want it all. We want beers and lattes.
Great.
We want to be invited and not attend. We want to take the shortcut. and not be in danger.
Reverse.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You're not just a store clerk. You're a line cook, tour guide, lifesaver, sometimes therapist, but always there, from open to close, a one-person operation that's the heart of the neighborhood. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
I'm Sarah Esrich. I'm the Life Enrichment Director at Independence Village, a senior living community in Waukee, Iowa.
Everybody here really, really make you feel like family and that they love you.
Our goal with TikTok was to enrich the lives of our residents and just to be able to show people what senior living can be like.
I think I am a TikTok grandma. My kids think I am. I mean, we're the ones that are being entertained. Time goes fast when you're having fun.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick and try Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks Vapors.
Time now for expert analysis brought to you by Cedars-Sinai.
Well, make yourself hard to guard, especially when you have dynamic players like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Watch Norman Powell here in the corner. Once Kawhi is able to get into the post here, Norman's going to come all the way around to seek out that shot. And that's important from the standpoint of this. Listen, don't stand around. Don't make it easy for the defense to be able to just double team some of your best players. And with a young team, miscommunication leads to an open three-point shot for Norman Powell.
Numbers are up, but we pointed out the Blazers have found themselves hanging around throughout the season despite being down 6 and 15 on the year. Clippers better get it going on both sides of the ball. Harden alone for three. Misses. And Moses Brown comes away with the rebound.
Well, I guarantee you that timeout, when Tyloo took it, not because Portland was on a run or something like that, it's because he was disappointed on the defensive end. I'm sure he said something to his players to end this half outright defensively.
Clippers have left on as many as 14. Henderson misses. Rebound goes to Vita Zubac. Powell, a catch and shoot three. Unfriendly iron, and Moses Brown comes away with his third rebound. Simons slows it up for the Blazers. Portland shooting 51% from the field, and a foul there on Norman Powell will be the fourth against the Clippers. Oh, beg your pardon. Clippers over the limit. So Simons will now go to the free throw line. It'll be 16 and 17 in the first half for Portland. Clippers with just 3 free throws. Now a word from Jack in the Box.
How do you take something ultimate and make it even more ultimate? Make it. Like you didn't see that coming.
Paul George back into the game. 7 points for George. 4 rebounds, 4 assists as well. Simons knocks down a pair of free throws. He's 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Has 16 points. Clippers lead by just 3. Tough pass by Harden. Miscommunication. Kawhi Leonard against Simons. Rises for a contested mid-range no. Moses Brown with the rebound, and here come the Blazers, a chance to tie. Sharp to Simons for the tie. In and out. Brown with the rebound and the putback.
And that was a good defensive possession by Portland, not allowing James Harden to get the ball over to Kawhi Leonard. Took the offense out of rhythm, and as a result, able to get a quick shot and then Brown inside to the finish.
Harden runs through Henderson, who draws the charge. And now the Blazers have a chance to take the lead. Everything was really easy for the Clippers in the first quarter. Has not necessarily been the case here in the second. Credit the Blazers. Henderson. Nice pass to Sharp, the floater. Leonard with a rebound. Clippers can play 2 for 1 here. George for the quick 3. This is Batley. 1 for 4. Now it's the Blazers that can go 2 for 1. Simons, he's aware. Brown with the rebound. The putback is good, and the Blazers have battled back from being down 14, and they lead by 1 in a high-scoring first half. Second quarter points for Portland. Been to the line 12 times to aid the cause. George sidesteps defenders, floats it up and in. Teeter-totter second quarter. Blazers will have the final say. Clippers lead by 1. And they don't get it off. That will not count. So the Clippers escape with the lead, but if you're Portland, you feel awful good. You shoot. Your opponent shoots nearly 60% from the field, and you are down by just 1. Lots of work to do in the second half for the Clippers.
When you're with Amex, the end of one season just means the start of another. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You're fans of the grind, of sun drying, kneading, and flattening. All for a perfectly imperfect tortilla. You've never bought into the idea of store-bought. Because you know saving time is never as important as cherishing it. You are fighters, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
I'm Patriotic Kenny.
Hi, I'm Amanda. We've set up the Patriotic Kenny Foundation to give mobility scooters to veterans.
It has changed my life tremendously.
None of this would have happened without TikTok.
That's my style. That's my style. That's my style. That's my style. Yeah, that's mine.
Honey. NyQuil Severe Honey. Powerful cold and flu relief with a dreamy honey taste. NyQuil Honey. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, honeylicious, best sleep with a cold medicine.
I'm a savage. Smacker, booty, and magic. I slap a with the ratchet. I might slap a track on his whip and get the addy. Don't call me on Christmas Eve. Call your dad. Call your uncle. Don't call me. Always in my ear, yo, for free. Why my Austin posting games always
Seconds remaining. Basketball played by Royal Basketball School. Man, that was fun.
Let me out the drive when I came back. Boy, you gotta know it don't play that. Boy, you gotta know it don't play that. I been laying low, I just stay back. Can't check me now, you can't check me. No offhand, that boy was born lefty. Crunch time's about how you move on the tire. But be careful putting fuel on the fire, 'cause you the one that's gotta live behind decisions you chose. Peace feels good, but the valleys get low. Chains for the tires in the rain, hell snow.
Clippers community heroes.
Go everywhere that you. A lot of motherfuckers go down, don't come up. Voice in your head, don't shut up. Blew an opportunity, you tried to call back, but she hung up. Anything to try to get the one up. It's all independent, the fans backing it. Real love, this ain't for the fame or bandwagon shit. I'm trying to move around and get the present at home. Like the hitting like Sylvester Stallone. It's been a rocky week, brain work. I ain't used my art in a while. Gotta get the fans bouncing off the audio files. I got them waiting on my sentence like they caught in a trial. Why you hating? Don't get caught in denial. Yeah, I remember y'all. Let me out the drive when I came back. Boy, you gotta know we don't play that.
100 points. That sure is.
I was at work, they did not die. No magic button on life, ain't no tie-dyes. Go, gotta. Flow so blow, try to. Caliber pushes, serving all live behind decisions I chose. Feel good and the valleys get low.
Took it all. Fade ahead to his guard. Thompson down the lane. Throws it down. He was so far up there.
Their body language is not good.
Quickly tries another one. In and out. Robinson on the follow. Oh, what a slam from Mitchell Robinson. Timeout, Charlotte. The lead is 23.
See some exquisite timing tonight. Some impeccable timing.
TJ hooks it back. Toppin. Way Toppin slams it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that was some dunk by Toppin.
Corner, extra pass. Stroops is there, ready to shoot. Rattles out. Only got his hands on it. Tried to save it. Does. Stroops looks better in terms of keeping players
Here comes Franz. Franz lobbed it. Anthony stuffs it with the big right hand.
Trying to will that one through. George. Locked on John Collins, and he fouled Biombo. That was spectacular.
Third is to cut to 4.
Here he comes, gets inside. Oh, what a finish from Monk with defenders all around him.
Santa?
Clipper Nation, take a look up at the video board and check out the highlights from the first half.
Clippers basketball was brought to you by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. By Pechanga Resort Casino, official partner of the LA Clippers. Play your perfect combination in Pechanga, conveniently located right off the I-15 in Temecula. And your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Well, the first quarter for the Clippers gave us an indication they might be able to run away with this one after they led by 14. That's not something that happens all that frequently to the Blazers this year. Well, in the second quarter, we found out why they battled back. The good news is the Clippers are getting some production off their bench by the name of Norman Powell.
Yeah, but also call him Mr. Variety. And what I mean is offensively, multiple ways that he can score the ball. He loves to curl with that right hand into the lane. Of course, he can spot up, catch and shoot off the dribble a little bit more, turn, and a little Euro step to the side with the floater. That's what makes him so tough. In particular, that's not just one way that he can score and beat you on the basketball court as an offensive player.
You can see A former Blazer, meanwhile a current Blazer with a very bright future. Shaedon Sharpe leading the way for Portland.
Well, that's the reason why in the last 4 games he's averaging 26 points a game, shooting about 54%. He has variety to his game as well, not just being a supreme athlete that can run and jump and dunk. He's showing the maturity of a second-year player of expanding his offensive repertoire, and he's been a problem in the first half.
He has been a problem, but I got good news. I have somebody that has all the answers. Her name is Christina Peak.
Well, Brian, the Clippers letting Portland get to the line a little too often. That's the first thing Brian Shaw brought up, the 17 free throw attempts. He said we got to defend without fouling. He also was upset with the 15 second chance points off of 7 offensive rebounds. Moses Brown had a couple of them. He said we know him. We got to wrap him up when he's under the basket, make him earn it from the line. He said things came so early for us offensively that we got to a little too relaxed on defense.
Well, it was a good effort defensively, but Shaedon Sharpe knocks down his second three. He has 19. He leads all scorers, and the Blazers have battled back to take a 2-point lead in a 16-point turnaround since the first quarter. The Clippers have all systems go offensively, shooting 79% in the opening frame. Harden pump fake on a 3. Leonard beats the buzzer on the triple, but it's long. Kamari with a rebound for the Blazers. No Jeremy Grant, no Malcolm Brogdon, no DeAndre Ayton. So far, no problem for Portland. They lead by a bucket. Thibault. Clean look at the tray. It's good. 71-66.
Yeah, James Harden has to be disciplined that time on that closeout, knowing that it's Thibault. He is shooting 41% from the 3, but you just want to stay down and force him to have to shoot it over you or put it on the deck, not a flyby. This is what happens when you drop 41, Brian. You got 3 or 4 Blazers that are huddled around you, but the ball has to move faster, and that's what we saw in the first half. That's how we were able to get so many points in the paint, because the ball was hopping and moving.
And the Ivica Zubac was the recipient of a lot of those buckets in the paint in a quiet second quarter. Harden pump fake on a 3. Leonard in the corner for 3. Sam passed up a good look. Reed has the ball go off his fingertips and out of bounds. That'll stay with the Clippers 14 to shoot.
Let's get back to those quick pick and rolls, middle pick and rolls, 2 feet in the paint. That allowed Zoo to be very effective, but also Kawhi, Paul, even James got to his spots. We saw some drives from Terrence Mann.
Just get it inbound. Thibault, a good defender, gave chase. Harden in the corner for 3. It's good. And the Clippers get down only by 5. But the lead to 2. First bucket of the half for the Clippers. Whistle offensive foul. And it goes against Portland's Duop Reef. They're going to say on Simons. There's on Reef. 7th turnover for Portland. Clippers play tomorrow night against the Sacramento Kings. They are also in action in the capital city. Initially, it looked like the Clippers might be able to take care of business early as Harden hits another 3 from the same spot. And the Clippers climb ahead by 1.
Man, I'm not the smartest, but I ain't the dumbest either. You move the ball quick, you can move it faster than the defense, and that time 2 open looks via quick passes to James Harden.
And then Harden comes away with a rebound, pushing the tempo for the Clippers. Man in the corner, open for 3, lets it fly. It's short. And Reed for the rebound for Portland. Simons, a quick trigger, and he rattles it in. Simons with his 3rd 3. He and Sharpe have combined for 38, each with 19. Leonard. A sidestep mid-range. He's got 11. He got it going early in the first quarter. Reed, clean look at the tray. It's good.
He said he controlled it. That time was a beautiful stroke. He was over. He didn't even think about that one. You know, he got his feet squared up his shoulders, and left that right arm up there after he let it go.
You know, it's interesting for a team that is 9 games under 500. When Reed is on the floor, they are a +12 in 13 games and now over 200 minutes. He has been really good when he's on the floor for the Blazers. George hits a three. And they found a cheat code in that corner. You remember the game?
Yeah, that do, but that right corner pocket is something there.
The game is double dribble, and there was a cheat spot on the game. I think it was a Sega Genesis game. That's right where it was. You can knock down the tray every time you were there. Clippers need to get back to it. Blazers get a bucket. They forge ahead by 3. Harden from the wing to the line. Oh, he punches it in. Harden rises and throws it down. Double dribble with Nintendo.
You know, I didn't have it in Nintendo. I was going out of that stage by then.
Gives to Simons. Thibault for 3.
Silence says it all. Sometimes you don't even have to say it.
Harden ahead to Zoo.
Go down.
Creates the contact. Good defense there by Reese. Man tries to bail the Clippers out. What a wraparound! What a finish! I had girlfriends. Simons up top to Reese.
I don't know where that came from. That all. Good defense by Paul.
Simons with 2 to shoot. Tough shot. It's a long 2. Oh, it's good. He is a tough shot maker. He's got 21. And the Blazers and Clippers in a game of teeter-totter here in the third quarter. Whistle and a foul. Stops the clock. A tick under 7 minutes to play in the third. Sends us to timeout.
Man, well, James still got a little bounce in his step right here. Able to get down the lane. Throw it down. James Harden.
Every year, millions of people find a health plan at healthcare.gov during open enrollment, so they can enjoy more visits, have more meet and greets, and have less to worry about. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 a month or less with financial help. Feel like a million and find your plan during open enrollment. Healthcare.gov is here for millions like you.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You always show up, no matter how small the show is. You keep lifting, keep looking, keep going. Because anyone can have a dream, and you have what it takes to chase it. You are fighters. This is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
If Daddy asks about egg rolls, why egg rolls?
My name is Spencer Russell, and because of TikTok, I'm reaching millions of families who want to teach their toddlers how to read. No one was doing what my son could do. And it's not because he's special, it's because I knew how to teach him. Because of TikTok, I am able to support myself, my family, my team, my business in a way that I just couldn't have done on my own. When a kid learns how to read, doors open. They can access the world around them in a way that only readers can.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket.
My family loves going foraging by our farm. And with Cricket, we can mark our locations, post photos, even identify mushrooms.
Don't have to look far for a good deal. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Time now for Drive to the Hoop, brought to you by Hyundai.
Well, we go back to our guy, James Harden. Every once in a while, you give him the lane, he's able to knock it in, and then Terrence Mann behind the back, trickery, Zoo, 2. We saw a lot in the first half of that combination, or combination of Zoo getting inside. I'd like to see a lot more of that from the Clippers, but first, we need to clean up the other end of the court. Again, imposing your will defensively is a mindset and a habit. You got to build that You want teams to think about that every time they play against you. Not that they'll just be able to get whatever they want when you don't feel like playing.
The exact words, essentially, what Chauncey Billups said. I want to be a team that no one wants to play. Paul George in demand. Ball fake surrounded by Blazer jerseys. Wisely dribbles out of the paint, but still in jail. Tough possession coming out of timeout. Can Kawhi bail him out? No. Terrence with one on the clock. Just gets it off. Oh, puts it in. Wow. A patient possession, but give a lot of credit to the Blazers. They mucked it up big time for the Clippers.
Did you see the catch by Kawhi, though, with one hand? That kept it alive, and it ain't pretty, but it worked.
Simons for three. Simons is now 7 of 12. He has 24. Blazers lead by 2. Portland is 7 of 9 here in this third quarter. They are doing to the Clippers what the Clippers did to them to open up the game.
A little 2-3 zone right here on this possession.
Kawhi for 3. It is gone. The Clippers have hit 4 threes in the frame. They lead by 1.
Yeah, but the Clippers have to make this into the court priority, meaning the passes are coming too easy. Trailblazers are able to get open shots.
Simons misses, Harden rebounds. By the way, 4 of the 5 starters for the Clippers turnovers have 4 or more assists. They are sharing the ball, but as Jim pointed out, this is the side of the floor that is concerning for the Clippers. Sharp, he really got it going in that first half. A whistle, foul on the floor against Paul George. It's the first against the Clippers and the second against PG.
Well, but that was an issue, post the first quarter, that the Clippers weren't in position defensively. That's how they picked up a lot of fouls. And that time on the long closeout with Paul George, he left his feet, and as doing so, he grabbed the hip before Sharp was able to get up in the air. That's why the official, Zach Zarber, called it on the floor. Anytime you have a long closeout like that, it makes it tough to challenge the shot without committing a foul.
Simons, Reeve hit a 3 from that spot earlier in the quarter, knocks it down again. He has 10, and it's now an 88-86 Blazer lead. Reeve, just his 14th game, averages 7 a contest, but as I mentioned, he is a plus when he is on the floor in those 13 games. Westbrook down the lane, finds an open Leonard, pump fake on a 3, lets it fly, it's gone again. 5 triples in the quarter for the Clippers. Back and forth we go against the Blazers. Simons, Kamari in the corner, no. Westbrook ahead to George. Underhanded pass to Leonard for the layup. Timeout Blazers. 4:37 to play in the third.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the new Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
Just pretend like you like my mama's hair.
It's obviously a wig.
Well, give it a compliment. Hey.
I'm just addressing the elephant in the room. The elephant is the wig.
Do not make me come back there. You know what?
Life's grander in the first ever Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
My name is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and I play basketball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I typically feel most comfortable when I'm in a fit. Style advice I swear by would be to make it work for you. Not everything can fit everybody the same way. Just figure out where you're comfortable in and run with it. Everybody's wearing Skims.
I
I'm Sarah Esrich. I'm the Life Enrichment Director at Independence Village, the senior living community in Waukee, Iowa.
Everybody here really, really make you feel like family and that they love you.
Our goal with TikTok was to enrich the lives of our residents and just to be able to show people what senior living can be like.
I think I am a TikTok grandma. My kids think I am. I mean, we're the ones that are being entertained. Time goes fast when you're having fun.
Now it's time for the game summary brought to you by Kia. And your cheat code, Brian, is the right corner pocket because pass it, stand there. You're going to be wide open. And, of course, that's where they're going to connect and make it. And in this third quarter, 5 3-pointers from that exact very corner that you talked about. There's something about the gravity. I know you're a science major. The centrifugal force. Something in that corner is doing it. What do you think it is?
It's a real-life version of the game, double dribble. Thibault in the corner for 3, it is good. Not to be confused with arch rivals or the greatest game ever invented, NBA Jam.
Yes. You know why I love NBA Jam?
You get royalties?
Yep.
91's on the board, high-scoring affair. Not a lot of defense being played right now.